Welcome to the official Munzee podcast.
I'm Rob, also known as Coach V, your host and the president of Munzee.
And I'm Craig, also known as Michell. I'm an avid Munzee player and I'm here to explore the game further.
Each week we'll delve into Munzee's mysteries, divulge some secrets, and inform players from around the world just what is coming your way.
So sit back and relax, as today's episode we talk all about the week that was with the 13th ever Munzee Madness, some mech times 2, let's see what happened there, and also Kappa Z version 3, Sam times 3. That's really cool. Rob, how you going, mate?
Hey, it's so long since I've talked to you. So long.
I know. It's been a couple of days.
Yeah, a whole couple of days. But a good time. So
yes,
you kick it off. How have things been going? What are you up to?
Mate, well, as you know yourself, but I'm telling the listeners out there as well. So I flew into California last week. On Thursday last week, flew in. You picked me up from the airport, and then you and Lou sort of took me around and showed me the sights of Hollywood, including the Hollywood sign, the Viper Room, where I actually lost my voice, just saying. It's coming back slowly. I'm trying to get it back from the Viper Room itself. That's the main thing. But also then the Munzee events as well over the weekend. The 4 events over the 2 days was really cool. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. But I flew back since then, Rob, because it's Wednesday now we record this. Since then, I flew back into Houston, right? And then I drove slightly north and I stayed at a rest stop overnight 2 nights ago now. And I was there and I was looking for events, look for the events links, etc., like on the phone to see if there's any difference in the events on the phone compared to the computer, blah, blah, blah. You know me, doing research, as I do. There was an event, Rob, just west of Dallas. And I went, what? I'm sure I can make that. The next day, guess what? I drove the 2 hours up and made the event. It was Denali 0407. She hosted the event for Knott's Munz, her partner, and a big shout out to the two of them as well. It was a great event, lovely lunch area. Rob, ready for this? Munzee players. There was 8 of us there. We sat down, we ate lunch together and spoke for like an hour without anyone really picking up phones or doing anything else, because then after that we went for the full walk of the loop and got all the cake together as a group. Wow. There you go. Yes, it can be done.
That sounds very European. I like it. That's a good thing. Yeah, a lot of that happens in different places, but that is not really what we experienced this weekend, was it, in Munzee Madness?
No, not at all. It, literally madness by name, madness by nature, we'll say that. And we're going to come up with a few more information throughout the episode today about the weekend as well. But obviously, Rob, you were there with me in California for a little while. Oh, by the way, if anyone hasn't done it, they need to go up to the back of the Hollywood sign.
Yeah.
You've got a full trail, Rob.
Exactly. I was going to say, what you and I and Lou climbed up to the back of the Hollywood sign on the paths where it is legal, because there are definitely some paths where you will get arrested. So don't do that. It's not a direct path. Takes you 30-ish minutes to get all the way to the top if you know where the secret gate is. So I've got a Munzee that is the Hollywood sign secret gate. And you go through that one. It looks like it's locked, but it is not. And it is legal to go walking up there. But yeah, I've got a whole trail deployed along some roads that wind around. And had a great time walking up there with you and Lou.
Yeah.
Little celebration at the top, and then then back down and onward to the rest of the weekend.
Exactly. Now, those people out there who think Lou isn't a what do you call it, a cyclist nut, I'll say this: I woke up in the morning, the first morning when we were going to go up to the Hollywood sign. Lou had already left on her bike. Yes, on her bike, and she made her way up to the Hollywood sign to see the sunrise on her bike. Then proceeds to ride down again, get off her bike, get changed out of her little riding gear per se, and then walk it with you and I, Rob. So there you go. So what a fit little nut she is. So good job, Lou. Good job, Lou.
And that was a 5-mile round trip walk, 2.5 miles there, 2.5 back, with the elevation. So a lot of fun. Lou and I flew home Sunday night overnight. Now we're back home and settled in.
Oh, nice. So how long are you back home for, Rob?
A couple weeks. We're headed to Houston to see family for the Easter break that her boys have.
Nice.
So take them.
Nice.
Yep.
Very nice. All right, Rob, let's get on to it. The week that was in the events, we had Munzee Madness XIII in California. We had 2 in Florida, Missouri, Ohio, and Arizona, Rob. Around the world we had?
1 in Ontario and 1 in British Columbia, Canada, 1 in Netherlands, 1 in Victoria, Australia, and 2 events in England.
And megas, there were 2 megas in California, 1 mega in England, and 1 in the Netherlands as well. So 4 megas out of the weekend. That's pretty cool. That's a lot of players getting together, chatting and capping and playing this awesome game that is Munzee. So now we lead to the leaderboards. Ready for the leaderboards, Rob? You can lead it off on Friday. You lead it off on Friday.
All right. On Friday, our King Munzee took back over. He had 3 million points on Friday. Wow. Then we had Belbaz, who is from Australia. He just happened to be in San Diego and rode the train up to the Munzee Madness events. He showed up to the Friday night event. He ended up with 2.3 million, and Monrose came in at 2 million. We've got a special honorable mention for the 5th place person with 1.3 million. Yeah. See Michell.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And a big shout out. Big shout out as well to Munrose and Munrose too. Now her husband. I did a little walk around with them on the Friday night event around the parking lot and capped a lot of the cakes as well. So I'll let you know now, Munrose, she's a hardcore player. So look out. If you're in the way of a QR code, I'm going to tell you, this is from experience, Rob. If you're on the road between her and a QR code, look out. You're going to get a punch. You're going to get a push. You're going to get a move. Don't get in between her and a QR code. Munrose, big shout out to you. I loved my walk around with you, and finally meeting you in person was pretty cool. All right, Saturday we had the host, one of the hosts of the event itself, Q22, Q17, with 3.046 million points, Vadotech with 3.023 million points, and then Danielle 41101 with 2.7 million points. All these millions of points, Rob. See, it was a big point weekend, so there you go.
It was a very big point weekend, and we had Brenda and Mike sitting there at dinner with us after all the events, looking at the scoreboard and watching and trying to decide which of them was going to be first and which was going to be second. And in the end, Vadotech was nice, did the gentlemanly thing, and let the hostess of the weekend have that. Well, I wouldn't say let. She worked really hard to take that first place. So well done.
And just to let everyone know, we were sitting at dinner that night with those 2 first and second place sitting next to each other. I did see Rob, ready, coming close. I did see Brenda, Q22, Q17. She had her phone secretly by her side and she was deploying some mechs, Rob, just to make sure she stayed in front. So there you go. Good work for you, Brenda. Good job thinking outside the box and even taking Vadotech to dinner to stop him from capping. Nice job.
It was a great plan.
It really was. On Sunday we had Whelen back again, Whelen on 1.2 million points. How do you pronounce this one, Rob?
Aaron Sug? I don't know.
Aaron Sug. Yeah. Aaron Sug, 1 million points, and Regal at 838,000 points on Sunday. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. It was a great weekend, lots of points. So upcoming this weekend, not double points, and you can tell based on how many events. In the US, we've got Iowa, California, and Texas. And then in the world, we have UK, Berlin, and Duisburg in Germany. And there is a small event that is an introductory event in Japan.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Trying to get more players from around the world to play this game. And I would have thought, Rob, I would have thought that knowing like other location-based games like Pokemon Go, for instance, that Munzee would be quite bigger in Japan than what it actually is. So, yes.
It's a language thing from what I understand.
Okay.
They will be able to spread the word much easier when we have translation into Japanese.
Makes sense.
We got some players who've been working on it for a while and just kind of waiting on that to wrap up. But the language is quite different.
I thought to myself, maybe just the word Munzee means something else in Japanese. Maybe.
Yeah,
anyway. All right, the big events coming up. ACT Australia. I mention this every single time. March 30th, the end of this month. 36 so far, but Rob, I got a message. I got a message from one of the hosts saying thank you, Craig, for reaching out, and thank you, Rob, for the tips in regards to reactivating old accounts, etc. Because there's going to be more people there that can be reactivating their old accounts and that can reactivate their old accounts and have been, and so there'll be more will attends. And she is so hopeful to get over the 50 mark. So we'll see about that. We'll let you know as soon as it happens. So yes. Then we have Nottingham, England on April 6th. 42 there so far. That should go over, Rob, surely.
Yeah.
And the others we have?
They're in Minneapolis. We've got Munzee Mania from May 10th to 12th. 34 so far. We have seen that continue to grow as well. Then back over to the UK, Hampshire, UK, June 14th to 16th. So they're planning a weekend of events there. And currently says 23. We know that this will be a big draw as well.
Yeah, definitely will, because we know what they're like over there as well. Sometimes they don't put in their I'm goings and just turn up. And I'll be honest, Rob, I did that to my event yesterday. I didn't put in I'm going. But Munzee being Munzee, Denali knew that I was in town because I was capping her stuff. She sends me a message. Oh, if you're in town at this time, I'm having an event. I'm like, that's what I'm here for. But anyway, so it kind of ruined the surprise for her, I dare say. So, all right, Rob, let's see what's happening this week in and around the Munzee world and the Munzee HQ. Because I'm keen. I was a part of something on the weekend, Rob, and I thought to myself, when is this going to go? When is this going to go live? When are they going to do this? When are they going to announce this? And I was hoping you were going to announce some of it more today on today's episode, but not just yet.
Well, let's see. We aren't even the first people to break this news about what we did at Munzee Madness 13. So, past years we've launched new things at Munzee Madness because it's the original event and it is annual. We just kind of use it as a little testing ground. So we did the same thing this past weekend, and Whelen has leaked the information from our beta test. Now,
Helen.
Good news for him, that's not illegal, because we did not say, hey, don't record this. And we did not say, hey, don't publish this anywhere. So
that's right.
He's put out some of the very first pieces of information about our beta testing. Wow. And we had a great time with nearly 50 people that were there actively participating in our daily stroll. I'll just go ahead and say it because I've leaked little bits of information about how we were going to take everyone on a daily stroll, and we're going to take you to wishing wells. And last week, in social media, we're asking what sort of wishes, and we put a picture of this wishing well. So that is what we are testing. We've got it right now in very limited beta testing. However, it is coming soon to a broader audience. So. No, I'm afraid that I don't have a ton of information to share with everyone. Cappy the Unicorn is still working away in the background to fix a few things that we saw in our initial beta testing. And once we have that ready, then we're going to start leaking even more information, getting everyone ready. Everything is on track for our expected or our hopeful, our wishful, let's say, launch date to make this live for all players, which I would say, we're looking late March, early April. If it slides, it's because we figure out, hey, we need a few more things just based on beta testing. So that's where we're at.
That's fair enough. Yeah. If you do want a sort of little bit of a spoiler for yourself, then go and check out Whelan's YouTube channel where he did leak some, and it is actually classed the Munzee Events. Munzee Events is his YouTube channel, so go check him out on there if you want any more information for the time being, because Rob can't actually spill any more information about it. All right, Rob, we have another one. What else do we have? We had yesterday, we had double MEX deploy events.
Here's one of these weird things for everyone to rewind in their mind back one whole week, because there's been some conversation, about scrap stars aren't working, and actually I listened to the Munzee Maniacs podcast where they gave me some feedback, here's my feedback to them. maybe you missed some of my helpful hints that there are some things that might happen closer to the middle of the month. And then I even specifically said after the 11th, and how clan requirements this month might be just difficult enough that people have to continue working on them, the second half of the month. And that's where we already had plans. Some of them aren't even finished yet. That will help everyone break those mechs, that will help get all the mech points and the scatters and all those kinds of things. So,
Yep.
So we launched the double mechs event. And what that is when you deploy a mech, instead of it only sending out one, it sends out two. That's available both through store purchase and through the redeem section of the online. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I did see, Rob, when this first came out yesterday, I did see a player, and the player proudly put it on the water cooler. They must have had some cogs up their sleeves, I'm telling you now, because they proudly put it on the water cooler that how many did they deploy? I couldn't count it all. I'm good at math, Rob, but I couldn't count how many mechs that they actually deployed. And I think it was something like 360,000 points alone in mechs deployments. Wow, that's incredible.
Was hundreds of deploys, because they had like 50 spider bots and 50 of one of the other ones.
Gingerbread man.
Yeah, they had, if I remember correctly, it was nearly 1,000 cogs that they'd saved up for an event similar to this. And they put that Schmitz fam is who it was.
Schmitz fam, that's Texan. Who it was, yeah.
Yes. Texan player. I know him and knew that's, saw that he put that out there. Pretty wild. So he wasn't the only one. He was the only one to go bold and public and say, look what I did. We had an absolute massive flood of mechs on the map. So that's giving everyone an opportunity to get all of those breaks that you need to. And I would be so bold as to say that scrap stars are back to being scrap stars. There should be plenty and plenty of mechs for everyone out there.
Yeah, because I did hear on the Munzee Maniacs podcast, their last one, they were sort of saying that scrap stars weren't filling up per se, and they didn't know what was wrong with them. And even PJ was saying he had to magnetize a scrap star. Now, that shouldn't be right, surely.
So. It isn't required. The thing about the scrap star is that it only fills with mechs. If there are not thousands of mechs out bouncing, then when hundreds of people put a scrap star out, there's not enough to go around, and that's where the problem comes in. That's why there was a dry whatever map as far as the scrap stars went.
Yeah,
so it was everyone kind of deploying in that first week instead of thinking everyone's going to deploy in the first week. Maybe I should hold on. Totally get it, because everyone wants to have all their points by the 10th. Cool. Unfortunately for everyone, we kicked something off on the 12th. So
yeah,
it happens.
Stick around. It happens. Exactly. That makes sense, and that's what happened. So nothing was actually broken. It's just the fact that the players themselves put out more scrap stars than they did mechs. So, guys, if this happens again, make sure you either save up your scrap stars for a little bit longer. Don't all deploy them at the first of the month, or B, if you're going to deploy your scrap star, deploy some mechs as well for everyone else too. So, yes, I think we even mentioned that last week.
I feel like we've said this before, but that's all right. We need an archive. We need an archive to just be able to type words in and see how many times we've said it. But if your scrap star is feeling pretty empty, then throw some scrap or throw some mechs out there and see if you don't attract one of your own. Yep.
Exactly. All right, Rob, what else is new this week? We have the Sand Dollar Redeem Store ends on this Friday, just not like as this goes live. So that's all gone now. There's no more Sand Dollars to be had at all.
Correct. Sand dollars dried up last week on Sunday. They're all gone. You cannot earn them anymore. So, be sure that you spend all of those sand dollar credits, because they will not be useful after Friday.
Yep, exactly right. So make sure you do that. And second to last now, the spring cleaning sale ends on Sunday as well.
Yes, it does.
So
Yes, it
that
does.
ends on Sunday.
That 20% discount, you've got to spend at least $30 in order to get it. A lot of people are taking advantage of the fact that this is useful for like a premium membership at a discount.
Oh, I didn't even think of that, Rob. There you go.
Yeah.
If you're thinking of a premium membership, get in now before Sunday. That's because you get a discount on it too, because there was a minimum spend of $30 was minimum.
Yeah.
Which, look at that. Oh, that's
Conveniently,
very
a premium
convenient.
is $30. If we didn't want them to be used on premium memberships, do you know that all we had to do was just make it $30.01 as a minimum,
Exactly.
or $31, make you buy a premium and a set of
And
cards?
something
But
else. Yeah.
there's no need to play games.
No,
$30.
that's right.
We
Done.
we would love to have as many premium members as possible. That's
Yeah.
why the price started there. Yep.
Exactly. And I will say this as well, going back to the weekend, Rob, before we finish up with the last little area, what's going on, we had a little player in California. He turned up with his dad and his little brother.
Yeah.
He's 8 years of old, 8 years of old, 8 years
Yeah.
of age.
Yeah.
And Rob, he knew more about this Munzee game after playing it for a few months than what some Munzee players do after playing it for years. I'll just say that. He was extremely active and very, very cute to see. And we need more of that as well. So, and by the way, Rob, he's premium now as well. You see,
He is
so
premium.
if you're thinking about sort of getting your kids premium, etc., to up their games and up their accounts, why not do it now with the 20% discount? Just I'm not. As I said, I'm not a worker, Rob. I'm not even a Munzee weed. I said it last time, but
Yeah,
I'm an advocate.
You're and you're providing information right now that actually helps all the players. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the time to get the most bang for your buck.
Exactly. I'll be honest, Rob. Like, when it compares to any other hobby in the rest of the world, it's pretty cheap. Anyway,
I got nothing.
We're going to move on. The last thing we need to talk about, Rob, and I say it's the last thing on here in terms of developments. You've written on the show notes, Cuppa Z V3. What's Cuppa Z V3, Rob?
That's right. Sam's been working on an update for Cuppa Z for a while, and it's time. So it's out there, Cuppa Z V3. It's got a fresh new look. It's actually really cool. The actual homepage of it looks like a throwback to the old Z app. So Z, was the one that we created. We created it, I don't know, 10 years ago as a test. It's been dead since we launched our new backend back in August, and so here it is. It includes like referral points and some of that kind of stuff. There is a lot going on with Cuppa Z, so be sure that you update the app itself, that you check out the new Cuppa Z and click around, get familiar with it. There's actually a lot of information in there. If you want to know how many mechs are on the map so that you can decide if a scrap star would be useful or not, Cuppa Z.
Look at that.
Man. I watch it all the time. I really do. And I try to make sure that there's always one of each type of mech out there. So if something's missing, then I'm like, oh no, we need a Darth Vardeman. Absolutely, keep it on the map.
And let's be honest, if anyone's going to be missing, it's going to be the Darth Vardeman. Let's just
yeah, we need that villain bouncing though.
He's yours. I will say, Rob, that my new referral, I keep on referring to her as my new referral. She loves the Cuppa Z app, and for the reason is she loves to follow her bouncers and where they actually are. So she's got a few bouncers now as well, and she follows them around the world, and then she looks, and even to the point, I missed out yesterday. I missed out on one of her bouncers because it was near the event. And I didn't realize until I'd left the event. So, I missed out. So, unfortunately. But anyway. Cuppa Z version 3, re-download the app or what do you call update the app itself, and you'll see a difference. One other thing, Rob, if it's very similar to the old Z, I know myself, the geocaching vlogger, Josh, is going to love it because he misses Z. Why? I don't know if it's his basic brain or anything like that, but he liked the basic look of the Z, and he likes the fact that he can see everything that he wants on the first screen and done. But Rob, I personally think it was all about the referral points, just saying.
Yeah, he does like to see those because he does have quite a few. But yeah, this is a very simple design on the homepage itself. So if all you care about is the breakdown of your points, there it is. If you want to go deeper, there are lots and lots and lots of ways to go deeper with Cup of Z.
Perfect. All right, make sure you get that Cup of Z version 3 update now for you. Rob, the question of the week is from Zax at the California event. She pulled me aside, Rob, and we sat down. We had a good conversation. I got my little notebook out, and I made some notes to make sure I'd ask you correctly, because you were busy with other people. You were very, very busy. But she said, these are her questions. It's a twofold question. Firstly, is there any way to find the spreadsheets or information to create a spreadsheet for the Evos? And then the second question is there a way to filter for my deployed Evos that can deploy a TPOB on the website so I can reset them when needed?
Ooh.
And I thought, that's good questions.
That is a good question. As far as like the Munzee webpage goes, we actually don't have a lot of this information readily available. However, there's a really cool new version 3 app that is out there that is very, very handy. And I will say that this is part of the V3 update, is the ability to do all of these things. There's one link that tells you how long it takes for those bouncers to show up. It is in there for absolutely every single Evo, like when do they go through the stages. Then there is also a way to use Cup of Z in order to see which of your bouncers or which of your Evos are ready for you to reset so that it can send another bouncer out. That's amazing. Thank you, Sam.
Yes, thank you, Sam. And I will say this, though, that Sam, just to let you know, Sam, Zax, she had her own digital spreadsheets, which she was showing me. And, Rob, it blew my mind. The amount of details and dates and times and locations and names of mechs, and wow. She had spreadsheets up to her wazoo, just saying, like, it was incredible. So
she's welcome to keep running those. However, let Sam do it for you. That's what I do.
Yes, exactly. Work smarter, not harder. So there you go.
Absolutely.
All right, Rob, we're into now the tip of the week, and we don't have just one tip, no, because that'd be boring. We've got 2 tips of the week for you this week. Rob, you jump in for tip number 1, mate.
All right, so we've added something new to the calendar. So every event page has a quick link to deploy at that event. If you look at it on the website, it has a link that takes you to the web map. And if you view it on a phone, it's going to give you an option to look at the web map or to look at it directly in the app. So this is new. It actually popped up while we were at the Munzee Madness events. Let's not say it was a surprise to me, because I did know that it was being worked on, but I was shocked to see that it was already live. And the good news is it's very quick and very easy. Both of us used it.
And I hope to do a video about it by this week sometime, Rob, soon as well. So, if you don't know what we're talking about, have a look, check it out. The calendar itself, and you see the new, and they're bold links too. They're not just like the little worded links. No, they're actually in bold, like a full button link. So Sam's done well with the buttons. He likes his buttons, though, Sam. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. All right, tip number 2 comes from me, and this is after capping with you, Rob, as well, and also capping yours, I will say, because you made it a lot easier, and that is placements for your QR codes. Now, I'll be honest, this is not geocaching, people. This is Munzee. If you want points and you want points fast, then you're going to put the actual stickers in the normal located areas where Munzee players know where they are. Don't try and hide them like a geocache, etc., because one of 2 things is going to happen. Either A, the person's not going to cap it at all, you don't get points, they don't get points, and they walk away unhappy. Or B, it's going to be replaced when it's still actually there, and you're going to have multiple QR codes on that same light pole or sign or whatever it might be. So, yes, make sure, guys, put your QR codes in an area. And Rob, not only that, there's a hint section in each one for a reason. Let's be honest. And so if you say back of sign, then straight away, I'm going to go to the back of sign. I'm going to look. If it's not there, then I'll replace it for you on your behalf. Not a problem. And it doesn't waste any more of anyone else's time. But, if it's on the back of the sign and it's there, then I'm going to quickly cap it. You're going to get points. I'm going to get points. Everyone's happy, Rob. So that's just my little tip there. I didn't mean to sound grumpy. I didn't want to sound grumpy, but yeah.
No, you said it. You said it in a very cheery tone, so that's good.
Oh, I did.
And
good.
The thing about it is, people being helpful with like where their deploy is, it only helps you. You're the one who gets the cap on points.
Exactly. As I said, it's not. It's a scavenger hunt of sorts, but not. Let's take the hunt out of the scavenger hunt. Let's just say that.
I agree.
All right, Rob. So this ends another official Munzee podcast.
Thanks for joining us on this Munzee adventure.
Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting app, and join us again next week for another informative episode. I'm losing my voice again.
And remember, Munzee is more than a game. It's a worldwide community of mobile game players.
So keep scanning, keep discovering, and keep that Munzee spirit alive. Rob, 1, 2, 3.
Munzee on. Oh, wow. I'm in Texas now, so I'm in Texas. Oh, that's right. Munzee on.